Hello everybody. So in this topic we are going to discuss about live data and mode $06 test results. We'll explain you what this means. Live data and mode $06 test results are crucial tools used by technicians to assess the performance of various vehicle systems without disassembling the components. Below is a detailed explanation of both. Understand this sentence. You assess the performance without disassembling the components. First is live data in vehicle diagnostics. All right. Now, what is the definition of live data? Live data refers to the real-time sensor and system information transmitted from vehicle's electronic control units while the vehicle is running. Okay. So the information transmitted from the VCU while the vehicle is running, as on when the vehicle is running, and this data helps technicians observe and analyze how various systems are functioning moment to moment. Now coming to the access method, this access through OBD2 mode $01 current powertrain diagnostic data using a scan tool connected to the vehicle's OBD2 port. So this is access through this tool OBD mode $01. Now examples of live data parameters in the engine. As you can see, these live data parameters include engine RPM, vehicle speed, throttle position, mass airflow sensor readings, oxygen sensor voltage and fuel trim, coolant temperature, ignition timing advance, intake air temperature, battery voltage. So these are all the various parameters that are used in the that are prevalent in the vehicle while the engine is running. Now, why it's useful? Troubleshooting issues like poor fuel economy, rough idling, or stalling, because this is proactively showing all the various parameters at the given time. You can immediately identify what is the root cause of any problems like fuel economy, poor fuel economy, or rough idling or stalling. Now, verifying sensor output against expected ranges, observing changes over time or under different conditions, and identifying intermittent faults not stored as diagnostic trouble codes. Okay, so these are the identifying the intermittent faults is not stored as DTC. Okay, so the whichever is not stored as DTC, and in case of any intermittent fault is there, that also is identified. Now visual representation includes scan tools typically show live data as numeric values, graphical plots, and status flags. I already clearly showed you the deciphering or decoding the diagnostic trouble code. Now coming to mode $06 test results onboard monitoring. This mode $06 provides raw test data for non-continuous monitors. Tests that are only performed under certain driving conditions, and it's used primarily for emissions related components and helps determine whether they are functioning within specified tolerances. Okay, now what is the access method? Access method of course is through OBD2 mode 06, which is a part of OBD2 standardized service modes. What it contains: the test ID identifies the type of test performed. Example oxygen sensor response EGR function. Now component ID or sensor ID SID specifies the monitored component, and measured value the result of the self test. Minimum and maximum limits, these are the limits for the test, and finally the pass and fail status. So this is what is contained in the result. Now common mode $06 monitored components are oxygen sensors, catalytic converter efficiency, evap test, system leak test, EER system operation, misfire detection. So these are the various components that are usually monitored under this mode $06. And why it is useful? It allows early detection of degradation before a fault sets a DTC, shows whether a component is marginal or borderline. All right, so whether the components defect is it on a marginal level or a borderline level, you can clearly identify, you can clearly infer. Now important for emission diagnostics and state inspections, misfire counters can indicate whether cylinder is problematic. Now interpreting mode $06 data. Now let's see how it can be interpreted, how it can be deciphered. The interpreting mode $06 data requires knowledge of hexadecimal or decimal conversions. Some scan tools show raw data in hexadecimal system, and manufacturer specific test ID, TIDs, and component IDs which vary by make and model year. Some advanced scan tools automatically decode mod DLO06 into user-friendly formats like as shown below. Okay, oxygen sensor bank sensor 1, response time is 80 milliseconds, minimum allowed time is 40 milliseconds, maximum allowed 100 milliseconds, and it has passed the criteria. Okay, so I request all of you to pause the video and see this comparative table. When it comes to purpose, comparative between live data mod 01 and mod $06 test results. And when it comes to purpose, it is live data is real-time monitoring, and mod 06 is diagnostic self-test results. Type of data is continuous sensor values, and mod 06 is discrete test specific. User friendliness, typically easier to interpret, often in raw or hexa format. And common usage, real-time diagnostics, performance checks, and emissions related diagnostic predictive checks. Used by general technicians and DIY users, and advanced technicians and emissions inspectors. So these are how for a given feature there is a diverse difference between live data and mod $06 test results. Now, coming to the real world example, imagine a vehicle with occasional rough idle but no DTC. Occasionally, rough idle is happening in the vehicle, but DTCs are not being printed or DTCs are not being collected. So, using the live data, you can monitor the oxygen sensor voltages and see they are fluctuating slowly. So, fluctuation of the sensor voltage in the oxygen sensor can also lead to the rough idling. So, using this mode $06, you access the oxygen sensor response time test, and it shows response time 250 milliseconds with maximum allowed 150 milliseconds as fail. This points to a failing oxygen sensor, though no code is stored yet. Okay, now coming to the conclusion, live data is real-time window into vehicle's operational state, helping diagnose current issues. And mode $06 digs deeper, offering insights into components that are still within tolerances but may be on the verge of failure. Together, they form a powerful duo in vehicle diagnostics and emissions monitoring. So this mod $06 and live data, they together form a powerful duo, a powerful combination in vehicle diagnostics and emission monitoring. And I hope all of you understood why and how live data and mod $06 plays a pivotal role in understanding the diagnostics. Thank you.